Hello, good morning, students. Today, this session, we will discuss about Grandma Climbs a Tree. This poem by Ruskin Bond poetically describes his granny's love for trees. The poet begins the poem by calling her genius as she could climb any type of tree easily. She had learnt it from her brother when she was 6, and she had been climbing trees since then. As she grew old, she was advised not to climb trees as it looked disgraceful. However, she did not pay heed to this advice. It was feared that one day she would fall, but she never fell. However, one day when she was alone at home, she climbed a tree but could not come down. She was rescued from the treetop. After that, she fell ill. The doctor was called. He took her temperature and advised her bed rest for a week. Everyone felt relieved as this would curb Granny's tree climbing. Quite contrary to everyone's expectations, the granny grew miserable laying in the bed. Obviously, she was missing tree climbing. She sat up on her bed and declared she would not be confined to bed any longer. She called the poet's father and instructed him to have a house built for her in the treetop. The dutiful dad did the granny's wish. With the poet's help, he built a beautiful treetop house for the granny. The granny moved into the treetop house. The poet took her meals up the treetop house. She had a wonderful time living in the treetop house. Dear students, now we follow the summary of this poem. Grandma climbs a tree. Ruskin Bond describing her grandmother was a genius. You did like to know why? Because she could climb trees. Spreading her high, she had be up their branches in a trice, and mind you, when lost, she climbed a tree. She was 62 ever since childhood. She had this gift for being happier in a tree than in a lift. And though as years went by, she would be told that climbing trees should stop when one grew old, and that growing old should be gone about gracefully, she had laugh and say, "We will grow disgracefully. I can do better." And we had agree, for in all the garden there was not tree she had not been up at one time or another. Having learned to climb from a loving brother when she was 6. But it was feared by all that one day she would a terrible fall. The outcome was a different. While we were in town, she climbed a tree and could not come down. After the rescue, the doctor took Granny's temperature and said, "I strongly recommend A quiet week in bed, we sighed with relief and tucked her up well. Poor Granny, for her, it was like a brief session in hell, confined to her bedroom while every breeze whispered of summer and dancing leaves. But she had held her peace till she felt stronger. Then she sat up and said, I will lie here no longer. And she called for my father and told him, undaunted, that a house in a treetop was now wanted. My dad knew his duties. He said that, all right, you will have what you want, dear. I will start work tonight with my expertise assistants. He soon finished the chore, made her a tree house with windows and a door. So Granny moved up, and now every day I climb to her room with glasses and tray. She sits there is state and drinks sherry with me, upholding her rights to reside in a tree. This will shows how Ruskin Band convert a real life situation to story. Thank you. Hello, good morning, students.